Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to Homestead in a Box. My name is Leah, and I'm super thankful to have you here. Sorry about the Oklahoma wind, but it has been inescapable for several days now. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to be talking about how you can save money by stretching your grocery bill a little bit further. So it is different than usual content. However, over the last several weeks, I've seen multiple people share and ask for tips and tricks on how to stretch their grocery bill, how to make it last longer, and things like that. And I have some tips and tricks that I just wanted to share with you. You may already know some of them, and some of them may be brand new to you, but I just felt called to make this video and to put it out there for anybody looking to maybe save money. Honestly, small changes can create a really large impact, and I've seen that with my own two eyes, and so I figure I'll share some tips and tricks that I've learned with you all, and hopefully it can help you out. And what better fashion of doing this than doing morning chores while we talk about it? So come with me and let's go feed and move the meat birds. Good morning. All right, so there's the meat birds. First things first, I just want to say, I'm not making this video out of fear of shortages or fear of, groceries not being on the shelf or anything like that. I'm just making this video because I think there are a few things that we can do to help our family save money. And if there was any type of natural disaster, tornado, fire, flooding or anything like that, and you couldn't get to the grocery store, or we just had a great example of COVID, where you can't get out. It's always good to have a few things on hand. So one, the video is not out of fear. Leading into the first thing that we do to save money here is we buy in bulk. We buy our flour, our sugar, our cornmeal, our rice, our beans. We buy all of that stuff in bulk. That way we have it. Now, granted, there's only two of us. However, when you do buy in bulk, it makes it more affordable than individual packages, especially noodles. Like, we buy a lot of spaghetti noodles in bulk, macaroni noodles in bulk, things like that. I am aware that some of you may not have a Sam's or a Costco card. However, let me put this into your ear. Use a Google search for restaurant supply stores, because some restaurant supply stores are open to the public and they sell in bulk. I posted something on social media the other day about buying your meat in bulk and then cutting it down. Here you can see where we do that with pork chops. Again, there's just two of us. I got this pack of pork chops for $11.11, 11.11, and this will make 3 or 4 meals for Tree and I. Another thing you can do is not cook out of convenience, okay? One thing a lot of people don't realize is hamburger helpers are super fast and easy to throw together. However, in the long run, they're not as affordable as what the $2.67 box seems. And I know you can get cheaper boxes and things like that, but think outside of the box when it comes to meal planning. Try not to shop at your convenience. One thing that I've noticed, I went to Walmart just the other day, and you can actually buy whole chickens and take the meat off of the bones and have more meat from doing that than going and buying the 4 12-ounce cans of canned chicken for $10. You can go buy a whole chicken for I think I seen one the other day for like $5.48 for a whole chicken. So thinking outside of the box, making small changes like that. Like for us, I will roast a couple chickens and I will take the meat off of the bones and put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. That way when we want chicken pot pie, chicken broccoli casserole, things like that, I don't have to worry about opening canned chicken, and I already have it picked off the bone. And honestly, rotisserie style chicken tastes way better than canned chicken. Okay. Those who have babies, one thing I looked at was the dried fruits and things like that they have, and they're really expensive for just a little small bag of dried apples. And I've seen people on social media feeding these things to their kids, and So instead of buying that one small bag of dried apples for $4, go to the produce section and buy a bag of apples for $5. Set your oven on 90 to 100 and dehydrate your own apples to feed your babies instead of going and buying the bag that you get very little dried apples in. One more thing from shopping out of convenience is sweets, cakes and cookies and things like that. For one, those things cause you to be more hungry, and for two, they're super expensive and you can make your own sweets. Something to help you kind of open your eyes to other food options is these boys are hungry behind me because they're being harvested in the morning. So they think they get food, but they don't today. Anyway, go out to some yard sales, some thrift stores, things like that, and buy cookbooks, some older cookbooks. They definitely help you think outside of the box on meals and meals that you wouldn't normally think to cook that turn out really good. So, recap, buy in bulk, don't shop out of convenience. Sorry about the wind. Like I said, it's been inevitable for numerous days now. Another thing that you can do is cook from staples. And what I mean by that is make your own biscuits. I have a great frozen biscuit recipe and you can double it, you can cut it in half. I mean, super, super easy. You can make them, freeze them, grab them out of the freezer when you need them. Make your own biscuits, make your own loaf of bread. It's a lot easier than what you think it is. Make your own gravies, make your own pancake mixes. You literally need 3 ingredients for pancake mix: flour, baking powder, and sugar. Now I add vanilla, things like that, but cooking from staples will help save you money in the long run. Instead of going and buying the pre-made pancake box or the jars of biscuits, the cans of biscuits, especially if you have a family more than, 3 or 4, you, your spouse, and your kids, you should definitely be making your own bread products. It is way more affordable in the long run. Even though going and buying a loaf of bread is 93 cents, you can get the great value loaf for 93 cents. I just seen them at Walmart. When you go and you buy, a 10-pound, 25 bag of flour, or whatever the cost may be wherever you're at, if you break that down into loaves of actual bread, you get a lot of bread for your money, way more than what you do at 93 cents a loaf. So, cooking from staples is really important, and I'm still learning myself to do that. I am by no means speaking on it. I'm very new at learning how to cook with sourdough. In fact, I've let it scare me so much. I bought a sourdough starter from a friend, Whispering Willow, and I haven't even started it yet because I'm just too nervous to do it. But when it comes to yeast and making bread, I've made garlic bread. I've made loaves bread, focaccia bread. Bread is a lot easier than what you think it is, and it comes out to be a lot more affordable in the long run. So consider cooking from staples. Go. Obviously, I'm going to tell you to start growing some food. That will definitely help offset your feed bill. Right now, it doesn't seem like it because one thing that we lack is patience. And we think, oh, it takes forever to grow food. And I had that mentality. And when you plant the things, it does seem like that. But then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I get to harvest my potatoes and my carrots and my onions. So grow some food, even if it's just some lettuce and a feed sack. I understand people live in trailer parks and campers and things like that. There's container gardening. You can grow potatoes in a 5-gallon bucket, by potatoes that have just sprouted under your kitchen sink, friends. Does not have to be hard. If you cannot grow a garden to help offset your feed bill, the farmers market that I will be selling at later in the year actually they accept food stamps. So if you qualify for food stamps, definitely get on your phone that has every answer you need in the world in your hands, for the most part, and Google, farmers markets that accept food stamps. Because although in your head it may seem like the farmers market is more expensive, I'm not going to go argue the fact that the quality is better. Okay, that's not what this is about. I'm going to say that the farmer's market, you generally get more for your money than what you do going to bigger box stores, things like that, which also leads into eating seasonally. And consider growing some food. Again, it doesn't take much to grow food. You can grow in containers. I have several videos on this channel of growing food in recycled feed sacks. So if you already have chickens or goats or any animals and you're already feeding them and you're like, oh, my soil is awful, well, you have a container that you can grow food in. I'm growing food in recycled feed sacks, friends. So it is possible to grow food in containers. You just have to feed them on a normal basis. So buy in bulk. One more thing I was going to say about the buying in bulk is we also buy like whole hams and things like that and slice it for lunch meat, breakfast hams. It just ends up being more affordable when you do it that way. So buying in bulk, not shopping out of convenience, stop going and buying Hamburger Helper, make your own. It's starting to rain and the wind. It's been this way for like 3 days. That's why it's Thursday and I just now have a YouTube video coming out. Stop shopping out of convenience. Remember your staples. Go back to your staples. Don't buy pancake mixes. Make your own. Make your own biscuits. Make your own breads, things like that. And grow a garden. If you have the ability with some sunshine and all the rain we have had here in Oklahoma, grow some food. Grow some salads. Whether it's even just lettuce that you're offsetting from having to buy from the grocery store this summer. Everybody likes hamburgers with lettuce and things like that. How many heads of lettuce do you buy from the grocery store? Whoop. All right, so recap. Buy bulk, stop shopping out of convenience, go back to the staples of cooking, just real simple cooking, and try to grow a garden, grow some food. That's gonna offset your food bill. Even if it's one tomato plant, that's gonna offset you having to buy tomatoes in the summertime. So friends, as always, I'm sending you good vibes. I have to go fix the chicken netting this morning so the girls can come out and not eat my garden up. Sending you good vibes as always. Send some good vibes to somebody that you know. And I'll be here within just the next few days with a carrot harvest to show you.